This one goes out to the one I love. Harambe! Oh, hey, Keenan. Take 28. They took him so soon.
Hey people, welcome to Hey Keenan, Take 28. I'm calling this the Halloween episode, and you'll learn why in just a second. It took us forever to get this one out. I think there's a ghost or something going on in this one. I promise you should have been like Take 13 on the 13th, because this one has been bizarre, and you'll find out why in a second. But we still got some good questions. We're knocking out whose job is it to coach, the individual's or the coach's job, or the sales manager's job, and how do you prepare for a discovery call? This one is going to be good. Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Hey Keenan, Take 28. I think because it's Halloween, Halloween's coming up, this is a haunted episode because I am not bullshitting you. This is our fourth take at least. And I mean fourth take not because we messed it up or I said the wrong thing or I didn't follow a script. These are unscripted. I just answer the questions and go. I don't care if I stumble over my words, whatever. This is the fourth take because we can't get the mics to work. Like, we shot this 2 weeks ago and one of the mics, I'm checking, one of the mics stopped working and we didn't know it stopped working, so we got through the whole thing and boom, no sound. It was like a silent movie. So then we came back and we shot it again. We found out the problem with the mics. We got all the mics fixed. But unbeknownst to us, we weren't paying attention. One of the mics fell and came half unplugged. So we shot it all over again, and it was a silent movie again. So there's like ghosts. There's ghosts in here messing with us. So I don't even know if this one's going to take. I'm going to keep checking because I'm calling this the Halloween episode. This shit's haunted, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's coming or what's going to come out of the woodwork. I can't tell you. But this episode, Take 28 is a mess. I'm surprised it's not Take 13. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm surprised this shit's not Take 13. But with that, I got some good questions. If we get through this one, after hours and countless tries, if we get through this one, it's going to be a good one. So I'm not even going to go into anything. I'm not even going to do an intro this time. I'm just going to get straight to the first question because I'm afraid if I don't, we won't get this episode off. So first question, Kiki, what's the first question? All right, what do we got for our first question?
Our first question comes from our friend Steve Richard. He was on The Word. If you haven't already checked it out, go ahead and do it. His question is, what role should managers play in developing sales reps versus reps managing their own development? Oh,
this is good. This is good. Good one, Steve. Good one. All right, Steve, my man. This is good. Let me check. Make sure no ghosts have jumped in again. Because I'm going to keep checking this away because I'll be damned if I have to do this for a fifth time. All right, so Steve, I loved your question, and here's why. I think too many people look for other people to do stuff for them, right? So I think there's not enough coaching, and coaches don't spend enough time trying to get salespeople to make them better and get them better. They think it's up to the salesperson. They're supposed to do a little bit, and the salesperson is going to take 100% responsibility or 80% of responsibility for their own development. It doesn't work that way. And same thing on the other side, right? I think salespeople often looking for their coach or someone else to do it for them, will tell me how to do it or what do I do, and they're looking for that guidance. And I think it's important to look for guidance, but the truth of the matter is the coach can't do it for you. So this is what I think. I think it's equally each person's responsibility, but they each have a different role on how they go about it. And I break this down like this. I think the coach's side primarily, is what I call observe, describe, prescribe. It's the coach's job to watch, to monitor, to assess, and really just observe what the salesperson is doing and pay as much time as possible watching the salesperson, listening to them, listening to recordings, doing as much as they can to get input from how the salesperson is making their sales and what they're doing with their time and how they're engaging with the rest of the team and how they're building deal strategies, how they're managing their pipeline, all of that type of stuff. And once they get that information, they need to then describe what they see to the salesperson. Not tell them what they're not doing. Say, oh, you're not closing fast enough, or you're not doing this, you're not doing that. No. You need to describe, hey, when you were closing, I saw you do this. Or when we were talking about your pipeline deal, your deal strategy was this. I observed how you did this. You need to tell them what you see so they can understand what they're doing. Then when you're done, prescribe a different route. Prescribe something different for them. Prescribe a better way. And as the coach, that should be your job. You should be able to help them, give them more or different information, ideas, thoughts, or methodologies or approaches to get better. So that's the coach's job, right? That's their part. Observe, describe, prescribe. On the other side of it, as the coachee or the salesperson, it's your job to absorb what the coach gives you and then apply it. Right? You can't say, oh, I don't like this, or that doesn't make sense. Don't argue with the person. Don't tell them it's not true. Absorb it. Let it sink in. Take it all in like a sponge, and then ask yourself how you can apply it. If he's telling you you're doing something you think you're already doing, great. That should be an easy absorption application. I mean, it should be that freaking hard, right? And if you're not, then accept that you're not. And be like, ooh, this is good. I can add this to my repertoire. So that's your job as the salesperson, the person being coached. It's your job to take the feedback, absorb it, and then apply it on the job. Apply it where you're being told so you can get better. And this is why this is so important with the coach, guys. Is there's something called Johari's window. Check it out. In Johari's window, there's something called the blind spot. And the blind spot is that part of us that we're unaware that everybody else around us is aware. What others know about us that we don't know about ourselves. And that blind spot can kill us. Coaches, if they're good, should help you see your blind spots and help you eradicate them. Because once you're told what they are, they're no longer a blind spot. So that's the power in that one. But from that, you should then take that and work on it. The other thing I tell people who are being coached, or anybody being coached, is not only apply it, but then learn to get better at it. So imagine you're playing tennis and you're told you have a terrible backhand and you have a tendency to undercut. I don't know anything about tennis. But the point is, once he tells you to do that, that's good. Now you're applying it, but now you can learn to apply it better and better and better and better. So it's not just getting good at applying it, but it's good at getting better at the application. So the backhand gets better and better, or your discoveries get better and better, or your deal strategies get better and better. Whatever it is they're coaching you on, apply it, but then get better and better and better at it. So here's the bottom line. Coaches, your job is to do tons of observation, get rid of the blind spots, provide feedback and description of what you see, and prescribe new ideas and thoughts and help grow their awareness. As the coachee, your job is to take it all in, absorb it, learn it, then learn to apply it, and then get better at what you're asked to be applied. And then finally, the last one is, am I still going? Look at my... All right, we're still going. I think so. I'm looking for ghosts again. But the last one is, as individuals in your own self-development, I challenge you also to do your own observation, your own self-description, and then your own self-prescription, right? Don't just wait for a coach. Sometimes we have to assess ourselves. We have to be self-aware. We have to be very conscious of how we do things. And that's our own self-awareness and observation. And apply that as well. So there you go, Steve. I hope that answered your question. It's powerfully important on both sides of the scope. When both people commit to it and they bring it together, the sky's the limit. You can knock really good stuff out. So I hope that helped. With that said, all right, let's go see what's our next. All right, what do we have for our second question? Who do we got?
We have a new friend, Nate Snyder. And Nate Dog.
Dude, nice tie, Nate Dog. Look at that. On Twitter, no doubt. Not even LinkedIn. You're dropping a tie on Twitter. Damn. All right, baby. What you got?
Fancy Nate has, what are the best practices you follow in preparing for a discovery call?
Oh, I love discovery calls. I love discovery calls. Mm-hmm. All right, it's going to be good. All right, Nate Dog. Good question. Discovery's critical. This is an interesting one. I want to figure out how to answer this right for you, because you asked about the preparation for discovery, not discovery itself. Look, the way I prep for discovery is try to garner as much knowledge and information as I possibly can, because to me, discovery is about understanding their world, and there's two things I want to understand. First, I want to understand their current state. the organization's current state, the current processes, the current goals and objectives of the person I'm talking to, how the person currently feels. I want to understand as much about where they are today, what they're doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it that way, why they think they need to change. I want to understand all of that. And so rather than just saying, why you want to change, why are you doing this, I can do as much research as possible to make assumptions and or learn what they're doing today, so I can say or ask questions that are very pertinent to what they're doing. So say things like, it's traditionally most of our clients do XYZ process this way. Is that the way you're doing it as well? We have learned when people do processes that way, they work really well in this area, but they struggle in here. Are you facing the same type of problems? So notice what I'm doing is I'm trying to have a business analysis discussion with this person as if I'm a consultant, not necessarily a salesperson. Because when I can do that, I can then start uncovering the challenges, I can start uncovering the weaknesses in their current processes, and when I start pitching, or I get to the pitch stage, or I get to the sales stage, now I'm not pitching my product as much as I'm offering a solution to the set of problems that I discovered in the discovery phase. So really, in order to do that, I'm going to go to their LinkedIn, I'm going to learn everything I can about that particular person. I'm going to leverage past relationships and past implementations of where our product has worked and the challenges we fix with them, and I'm going to see if they fit into this new environment. Is this a company similar to the one we've worked with? Is this a similar role to someone I've sold to? And can I anticipate or expect they would have very similar problems as that last person? I'm going to understand the industry. I want to understand, is there increased competition in the industry? Are there new federal mandates in the industry? Is there anything happening in the industry or the space around them that I can find out is affecting them, that's affecting their ability to be good? So again, I can position my product or service as a way to minimize those external factors or those external issues. I want to understand their intrinsic motivations. I want to understand the goals and objectives that they have in the current environment. Is there a way that, are they at them? Can they get better? Are they missing them? I want to understand that. So all my preparation goes into helping me build a set of questions or a series of questions that get me to specific answers. I don't script my questions, ask this question, ask that question, ask that question. I script them as, I want this answer. I want to know this piece of information. I want to know that piece of information. I want to validate this. I want to validate that. That's where I get to. So to prepare, I really try to understand as much as I can about the industry, the person, current state, the processes, anything I can, so that I can start building the set of information that I want, and then from that information I can step back and say, okay, this question will get me that information, this question will get me that information, and that starts to create a fluid environment of where I need to point, where I need to go with my questions. So there you have it. That was a great question, my man. If you have anything else, you got to hit me back, and I love the tie, baby. I love the tie. I hope that helped. I really hope that helped. Everybody, discovery is way too important.
You shout out, I shout back. My take on your questions, you got them, you ask them. Hit me up, hashtag Hey Keenan, we'll rock it out. Until next time, peace, I'm out.
All right, so everybody, this was a good show. No ghosts, I don't think. It's still working, I think. We'll find out when we're done. We got to plug everything in, but please work. Halloween episode. The ghost, the poltergeist, whatever. Let's hope this baby works. So listen, everybody, thank you very much. For those of you who listen on iTunes, I really appreciate it. iTunes subscribers have been blowing up, and I have failed you guys not getting these out faster. I need to work on that, but thank you. For those of you who are listening for the first time, please subscribe at iTunes. You can also subscribe at YouTube. Leave messages right down here. Leave messages, comments, drop some Hey Keenan questions there. You can also Hey Keenan, hashtag Hey Keenan on Twitter. You shout out, I'll shout back. Winter's coming, so I'm excited about that. We're going to be skiing soon. I know I keep saying I'm going to do these on the ski slope. I haven't, but I will. I promise. I got to figure out how to do that. My Patriots are winning. My Colorado Buffaloes are winning. That's super exciting. They've stunk so long. I don't know what to do with myself. Go Buffaloes, University of Colorado, Ralphie, all those you Buff fans, I got mad love for you. And you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who've seen how bad we've been for so long. So I got all my fantasy football. I'm kicking Kiki's ass, which is great. On my other league, I'm not doing so well. But hey, you know. So with that, folks, until next time. Oh, Also, folks, go check out our new website. We just did a complete redesign of a sales guide. So go to salesguide.com. I think you'll really, really like it. Tons of video, lots of information, lots of places to go. Really, tell me what you think, actually. Go check it out. Tell me what you think. If you hate it, tell me. If you love it, tell me. I don't care. And also on iTunes, rate us. Give us some scores. Tell us if it's working for ya. All right, so this edition, it's still working. It's still working. For this edition, Halloween edition, ghosts included. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out.